Hi everyone, I'm Amy from the Cauldron, and in today's Vlogmas I am going to be dyeing some Christmassy socks for my children. Now these socks I've got here are 68% cotton, 29% nylon and 3% elastane. So the 3% elastane will not dye, but the cotton and the nylon will. And so hopefully we'll be able to get some really nice colours. The colours I'm using are scarlet and new emerald green. These are Fibre Reactive dyes from Dharma, and I have dissolved a small amount in these jars with some warm water. When I did that, I had my mask on and I still have my gloves on now. So I think I'm going to go into the green first. I'll go new emerald green. This is a beautiful colour, but it is a bit of a bleeder. So I'm going to just do some stripes. All the equipment I'm using today is dedicated for dyeing. I don't use it for food. And I have got my surface protected with a towel, and this is sitting on some cling film. So just a little look underneath. Yeah, I'm just going to massage it through. You can see it has spread down a little bit. So, yeah, there we go. Now, when I use the scarlet, I'm going to give it a little bit of space. So hopefully, there may still be a little bit of a white barrier between them, a little bit of a white stripe. But hopefully the colours won't muddy too much. Oops, it would help if I put it back in the right dye. And again, just going to massage these through. Now I dissolved this dye in warm water simply because I've found that dyes just dissolve a bit better when they're in warm water than when they're in cold. And these socks have been soaking in soda ash and water. Normally I would soak it for at least half an hour, but it's been a bit of a rush today and I forgot to soak it, forgot to pre-soak. But hopefully, because I'm adding plenty of water in with the dye, and it should be all right. It's got the soda ash in there, so hopefully it's all right. Hopefully I don't need to add anything extra. We will see. I'm just massaging these through. I'm expecting the dyes to spread out a little bit more. And if they don't, then, that's not too bad either, because green, red and white is quite Christmassy as well. I'm really hoping that I'm massaging these through properly. We'll see. Once I finish this, and then we can have a little look underneath. Oops. There we go. We'll see, that is really spreading all the way down. I'm guessing that the toes of these are a little bit, has a bit more water, is a little bit wetter maybe. I'm not sure. And I'm just going to go a tiny bit of green at the end there. Just a little bit, not too much. I hope I won't regret that. And each time I've massaged these toes, I have then gone and wiped my hands on the towel. You can just see on the edge of your screen there. Fingers crossed I have massaged these through properly. Let's have a look. Yay, that looks good. And this one, that's looking pretty good too. I'm happy. So what I'm going to do, first I'm just going to get up those extra little bits. Now, normally I would just roll these up and not really care about colour transfer or anything, but I do want to try and keep these separate. So I'm just going to carefully fold these up, just keeping them flat like this. I'm not going to squeeze them. I'm just going to leave them like this for a couple of days, and then I'll come back and wash them out. Right, so I have done those ones for my son, and these ones are good for my daughter. These ones are slightly different. They are 75% cotton, 20% polyester, 3% nylon, 2% elastane. So the polyester and the elastane won't dye. So it has 78% total material in there which will take dye. So I'm expecting these to turn out slightly lighter than the other ones. But again, I'm just going to go through, start off with some green at the top. I absolutely love this green. Green's my favourite colour, and this shade is, oh, I love it. This doesn't seem to be wicking quite so much as the other ones did. I wonder if that's because of the polyester content. I don't know, I'm speculating now. I might be able to go a little bit closer with this red. Or maybe not. This one seems to be wicking quite a bit. Really want to try and avoid the colours muddying. I want to try and keep red and green and white only. You know, the white is extra. I don't mind if there's a little bit of white in between the red and green. If it avoids the colours wicking, not wicking, if it avoids the colours muddying, then I'll be happy with a little bit of white. I'm trying to keep these stripes even, but it is tricky when you're hand dyeing something. You know, I'm not a machine, so it's not going to be, they're not going to be identical socks. They're certainly going to be a matched pair, but they're not going to be identical. See, there's a bit that's moved up there. I'm hoping that it's not going to muddy. And I've got a splash of green on that bit. That's all part of the joy of hand dyed. It's not going to be perfect. If you want something that is, you know, they're all exactly the same, then don't go for something that's hand dyed, because that is part of the joy of having something that's hand dyed. There are going to be variations, and yeah, that's what I love about hand dyed stuff. You're never going to get two things that are identical. I'm dyeing these two at the same time with the same dyes, and they are matched, certainly, but they're not identical. Just have a look, see if I've been able to get them through properly. Yeah, that's looking all right on that side. Let's have a look at this one. That's looking pretty good too. Again, I'm super happy with these. Now, because these are cotton, they don't need heat to set the dye to them. They just need some time. They've got soda ash in there because they were soaked in soda ash. So I'm just going to fold this up, and I like to leave my cotton and plant-based fibres for a minimum of 2 days, just to give the dye all the time it needs to bind to the fabric. And this cling film will help the socks stay wet and they won't dry out. It is not easy using cling film while you've still got these gloves on. So I'll be back to wash these out in a couple of days. These socks have been sitting on the side for 2 days now. So let's unwrap them and wash them. I'm just looking at them like this. I'm really happy. There is a little bit of split going on with the green, and they have muddied a little bit, but they look great. Really happy with that. And the other ones, they're still quite damp. The green hasn't split on this one, really. Interesting. So this is just cold tap water. I'm going to rinse them through. There is always runoff when it comes to plant-based fibres. I'm not worried about this. The water will start clearing very soon. Yeah, the water is a lot lighter already. Now, yeah, there's a bit of back staining going on with this one, but I will be putting these through the washing machine in just a minute. But first, I've got some hot water. I'm just going to pour this over. I don't know if this, how this really helps. I think it's supposed to help set the dye to the fibre and help get rid of some of that excess dye. You can see a lot of that red's coming out. Now, I am just going to go stick these in the washing machine now. I will not be hand washing these until the water runs clear. But they'll just go in the washing machine with some, oh, that's very hot, with some old towels and sheets and things that I don't mind colour transferring onto. I've not noticed any colour transferring when I've done this in the past, but I'm not going to put it in with the kids' white school shirts, just in case. And here are the finished socks. Now overall, I think these look fantastic. I'm so happy with how these have turned out. So let's look at these ones first. These were 68% cotton, 29% nylon and 3% elastane. So there's only 3% fibre in this that wouldn't take the dye. And I think they look great. I have no idea where that blue has come from. I mean, I know there's blue in that green, but it's weird that there's just a patch of blue there. And on the other side, again, there's just these little patches of blue, which is really strange. I'm not cross that there's these patches of blue. I'm just really curious about how that's happened. And one thing I quite like about this is you can see with the green here, and the blue has obviously struck to the fibre quicker than the yellow, because the yellow has sort of wicked up and it's got a bit of a yellow halo around, which is really fun. I love this. I think they look really, really great. And then let's have a quick look at these. Now these ones were 75% cotton, 20% polyester, 3% nylon and 2% elastane. So there was 22% fibre in this that would not take the dye. And if we just put it like this, you can see it does have, you can see the white in there that hasn't taken the dye. Whereas if you do it on this, you can see that's where the elastane is. But if we come down here, it's looking, the dye has gone all the way through. Most of that has taken. But these, I think, look great. I'm guessing it's nylon or polyester at the top here, because that's just stained a little bit blue rather than taking the green dye. But what I find quite interesting about this is there's no yellow halo around the green. So with these socks, there's yellow patches where the green is, but with this, there seems to be some little bits of blue halos almost around the green rather than yellow. I don't have an explanation for that. My guess is that it's something to do with the fibre content, but no, I'm not 100% sure. But overall, I think these are fantastic handmade Christmas socks. And let's go see if the kids like them. What do you two think of your new socks?
Good. I like all the colours on here. I like the green, red, white on here because they're my favourite colours.
My favourite part is the red. I really like it because red's my favourite colour.
Thank you for watching. Tune in tomorrow for another Vlogmas.